The fourth round of the 1954 World Championship was taking place on July 4th at the renowned Reims circuit in France. Known for its long straights and challenging corners, Reims promises an exhilarating battle as the best drivers in the world go head-to-head. In between the Belgian and French Grand Prix, the Supercorte Maggiore sports car race took place at Monza. Unfortunately, it was a tough event for Nino Farina. While traveling at very high speed along the straight, the shaft between the engine and gearbox of his car broke. By the time he managed to stop the car, the whirling shaft had cut through fuel lines and battery leads, igniting a fierce fire. Farina suffered severe burns and had to be hospitalized for at least 20 days. This incident was particularly devastating, as he had only just recovered from his Mille Miglia crash. However, the absence of the first Formula One champion went almost unnoticed, as the entire paddock's attention was focused on the German team Daimler-Benz. After a 15-year hiatus, they made a grand return to the world of Grand Prix racing in France with their new Silver Arrows and the legendary team leader, Alfred Neubauer. This comeback has sparked immense excitement and anticipation among fans and competitors alike. The W196 was a triumph of complex engineering. Its 2.5-litre straight 8-cylinder engine boasted a host of new features, showcasing the pinnacle of automotive innovation. This remarkable machine has the potential to revolutionize the competition on the track and redefine Grand Prix racing standards. Direct fuel injection by Bosch into the M196R's cylinders allowed for more precise ignition of the fuel charge, marking the first of many advanced features. The desmodromic, or mechanical operation of the valves, permitted higher RPMs than the valve springs of the era could manage. In classic Mercedes fashion, the engine comprised 2 blocks of 4 cylinders with welded-on cooling water jackets. Mercedes quoted an impressive 256 horsepower at 8,260 RPM, with the engine capable of reaching maximum revs of 9,500. The car features a 5-speed transaxle mounted behind the rear axle, showcasing its advanced design and engineering prowess. The chassis is a multi-tubular space frame with upper and lower wishbones, telescopic shocks, and torsion bars. At the rear, there is a single-joint swing axle with longitudinal torsion bars and telescopic shock absorbers. The car features inboard drum brakes front and rear to reduce unsprung weight and a streamlined, all-enveloping body that allows it to cut through the air with greater efficiency. The W196's delayed debut at the 1954 French Grand Prix saw the introduction of the aerodynamic closed-wheel aluminium Type Monza streamliner body for the high-speed track at Reims. This same body was later used at the British Grand Prix at Silverstone and the Italian Grand Prix at Monza, where it earned its nickname. When these new Silver Arrows first appeared in front of the public, everyone present gasped. These cars looked incredibly futuristic against the backdrop of rival cars. Meanwhile, the Maserati team, having lost Fangio, found an equally worthy replacement in the person of the current world champion, Alberto Ascari. The Italian couldn't calmly watch Fangio win one Grand Prix after another, and since his Lancia team kept postponing its debut, Alberto temporarily joined Maserati, hoping to intervene in the fight for the championship title. In addition to Ascari, his friend and Lancia teammate Luigi Villoresi also joined the Italian team. Only 3 drivers represented Ferrari in France: José Froilán González, Mike Hawthorn, and Maurice Trintignant. The Argentine and the Englishman received the new Ferrari's 553 at their disposal, while the Frenchman performed on the intermediate model 625. The very first qualification featuring the Silver Arrows showcased the dominance of the German cars over all rivals. Juan Manuel Fangio claimed the pole position on the French circuit with a blistering time of 2 minutes 29.4, breaking the average speed limit of 200 km/h and earning a prize from Pommery in the form of 50 bottles of champagne. His teammate Kling, in his first Formula One Grand Prix, secured the second spot, trailing the Argentine by exactly 1 second. Alberto Ascari displayed his prowess by clinching the third position, just 1/10 of a second behind Kling and ahead of the best Ferrari driver Gonzalez by the same margin. Marimon impressed once again on his Maserati, securing the 5th position, while Prince Bira delivered a stellar lap to claim 6th place. However, Ferrari drivers Hawthorn and Trintignant faced challenges, securing 8th and 9th positions respectively. Hawthorn's training session was marred by an oil pump failure, while Villaraci and Wharton encountered their own mechanical woes, resulting in disappointing qualifying performances. As the drivers prepare for the upcoming Grand Prix, the weather forecast is keeping everyone on their toes. Currently, the conditions are slightly rainy, adding an extra layer of challenge to the already demanding circuit. However, there's a looming possibility of heavy rain hitting the race, which could dramatically alter the dynamics of the competition. With the track already slippery and unpredictable, the prospect of a downpour adds an element of uncertainty that could test the skills and adaptability of even the most seasoned drivers. In this upcoming Grand Prix, drivers will navigate through 61 laps on the track, covering a total distance of 506 kilometers. As the national flag is waved, the cars surge forward, with the 2 Mercedes of Fangio and Kling leading the charge and quickly seizing the top positions in the race. Meanwhile, Hawthorn makes a swift start, surging into 4th place right from the beginning. As the race commences, Ascari's luck takes a sudden turn for the worse as his transmission malfunctions right from the start. The Italian driver is forced to limp into the pits at the end of the lap, ultimately retiring from the race due to the unfortunate setback. As they exit the final corner, Gonzalez makes a daring move, launching an attack on Fangio. The 2 drivers engage in a thrilling battle as they approach the finish line, crossing it almost neck and neck in a display of fierce competition. Fangio, benefiting from the streamlined shape of his Mercedes, unleashes a burst of speed, edging out Gonzalez to maintain his position in 2nd place. Prince Bira showcases his expertise with a brilliant maneuver, overtaking Meares with precision and finesse. Fangio makes a bold move, overtaking his teammate Kling to claim the lead in the race. Hermann in the other Mercedes accelerates, overtaking both Bera and Meares, and sets the fastest lap of the race. The 2 leading Mercedes begin to pull away from the 3rd-placed Gonzalez. Hermann overtakes Marimon and moves into the points. Hermann now overtakes Hawthorn and secures 4th place. Meanwhile, the high-speed straights of Reims, known for their demanding nature, begin to take their toll on the engines. Pollett's Gordini is the first to succumb to the strain, experiencing engine failure. Another engine explodes, this time in last year's winner Hawthorn's Ferrari. With the Englishman's retirement, Marimon moves up to 5th place, now scoring points. Hermann catches up and overtakes Gonzalez, with all 3 Mercedes now leading the race. However, Gonzalez isn't ready to concede easily, staying close behind the Silver Arrows. Meanwhile, the intense battle continues in the middle of the pack, with Meares losing 2 positions as he's passed by Salvadori and Manzon. Gonzalez counterattacks Hermann and regains 3rd place, showing his determination not to give up easily. But Hermann passes Gonzalez again, and immediately the engine on the Argentine's Ferrari explodes, unable to withstand the heat of the fight. Gonzalez turns to the side of the road, clearly disappointed with the outcome of the race, and Mercedes again take the first 3 places, much to Neubauer's delight. Prince Bira counterattacks Trintignant and regains 5th place, showing his determination to fight for a top position in the race. The race takes another toll as the intermediate shaft breaks in Roy Salvadori's Maserati, forcing the Englishman to retire from the race. The engine on Hermann's Mercedes also succumbs to the intense demands of the race. The young German is forced to pit, bringing an end to his valiant fight. Despite the setback, Neubauer acknowledges Hermann's efforts with a nod of approval. With Hermann out of contention, Marimon inherits third place, while Trintignant capitalizes on the opportunity to pass Prince Bira once more, securing fourth position. The tenacious Thai prince refuses to relent, reclaiming his position ahead of the Ferrari once more. Marimon encounters engine trouble, forcing him to make an unscheduled pit stop for spark plug replacement. After a lengthy repair, Onofre rejoins the race at the back of the pack, allowing Prince Bira to move up into third position. On the same lap, two more drivers retire from the race. Shell's Maserati suffers a fuel pump failure, while Wharton's car, plagued by issues all weekend, finally succumbs to a broken drive shaft. Behra's pit stop turned into a dramatic scene as the Frenchman's frustrations boiled over. With the bonnet on his Gordini bent out of shape, a mechanic attempted to fix it, while Behra sat impatiently in the car. Unable to contain his anger, Behra intervened, taking matters into his own hands. However, his efforts backfired as the car stalled, triggering a furious outburst from the frustrated driver. Amidst the chaos, the mechanics worked frantically to restart the car, eventually succeeding. With his helmet back on, Behra returned to the track, but not before losing valuable time and plummeting to the back of the field. As Villoresi's Maserati began to lose power, the Italian driver found himself struggling to maintain pace. Sensing an opportunity, Manzon seized the moment, overtaking Villoresi and edging closer to the points. With Marimon's unfortunate exit due to a broken gearbox, the field narrows down to just 8 cars left battling it out on the track. As heavy rain begins to pour down on the track, the already intense battle takes on a new dimension of challenge. Kling, who has been patiently tailing Fangio for the majority of the race, sees an opportunity in the downpour. With the rain adding an extra layer of complexity to the already demanding conditions, every decision becomes critical as the drivers navigate the slippery track and reduced visibility. As the race heads into its final laps, the outcome hangs in the balance, with Kling's move setting the stage for a dramatic showdown in the closing moments of the Grand Prix. After a relentless pursuit under the pouring rain, Fangio finally seizes the moment and executes a daring maneuver to reclaim the lead from Kling. As the race reaches its climax, the drama intensifies as Trintignant's car succumbs to engine troubles, forcing him to relinquish his position to Manzon, who now finds himself in 4th place. With Trintignant's departure from the track, the Maranello team faces a bitter disappointment, as all 3 of their cars falter under the intense demands of the high-speed circuit. In a heart-stopping moment, Fangio makes a rare error in the rain, allowing Kling to seize the opportunity and reclaim the lead. The tension mounts as the 2 drivers engage in a gripping battle for supremacy amidst the challenging conditions of the rain-soaked circuit. But Fangio needs only 1 lap to catch up with the German again, and after a short struggle, the Argentine takes the lead again. As the rain intensifies, Prince Bira's visibility diminishes, causing him to lose precious momentum on the track. With his glasses fogging up, the Thai racer navigates cautiously, allowing Manzon to seize the opportunity and surge into 3rd place. Frere's luck takes a turn for the worse as the rear axle of his Gordini gives way, abruptly ending his journey on the track. With his hopes dashed, the Belgian driver reluctantly retires from the race, surrendering his hard-earned 5th place. Kling launches another assault on Fangio's position, seizing the lead once more with a bold maneuver. On that very lap, Prince Bira showcases his skill once again, swiftly overtaking Manzon to reclaim 3rd position. As the race reaches its climax, Fangio remains hot on Kling's tail throughout the circuit, biding his time for the perfect moment to make his move. It's a nail-biting finish as they approach the final turn, with Kling defending fiercely. However, Fangio sees his opportunity as they hit the home straight. With a surge of speed and a masterful maneuver, the Argentine utilizes the slipstream from Kling's car to execute a daring overtake, crossing the finish line just 1/10 of a second ahead of his rival. It's a photo finish that leaves spectators on the edge of their seats, celebrating Fangio's victory in a thrilling conclusion to the French Grand Prix. In a historic debut, the legendary Silver Arrows have made an indelible mark on the World Championship stage, securing a remarkable double victory. In his very first Formula One race, Kling has showcased his talent and skill to the world, leaving an indelible mark on the hearts of fans and competitors alike. Despite the bitter taste of defeat in the final meters, the German driver can hold his head high, knowing that he has proven himself as a formidable contender on the world stage. In the dying moments of the race, as victory beckoned tantalizingly close, Prince Bira's hopes were dashed when his car sputtered to a halt, deprived of fuel on the final lap. In a cruel twist of fate, the Siamese prince narrowly missed out on a podium finish, surrendering third place to Manzon in the 11th hour. Yet, despite the bitter disappointment, Bira's valiant effort saw him clinch a commendable fourth place, marking his return to the points table for the first time since 1950. Meanwhile, Villoresi battled valiantly, navigating multiple pit stops to replace spark plugs, ultimately securing a hard-fought fifth place. Jean Bera crossed the finish line in sixth and final position, his fiery resolve undiminished despite the challenges he faced on the track and in the pits. After the exhilarating race at Reims, Juan Manuel Fangio emerges as the undisputed leader of the 1954 World Championship, commanding the standings with an impressive haul of 25 points. Trailing behind is Maurice Trintignant with 9 points. Indy 500 Victor Bill Vukovic claiming third position with 8 points. Not far behind, the formidable Jose Froilan Gonzalez holds fourth place with 6.5 points, while Giuseppe Farina rounds out the top 5 contenders with 6 points to his name. But the spotlight shines brightest on Daimler-Benz as they make a grand entrance into the World Championship arena. It's a debut to remember as they secure their first pole position, their first victory, and a breathtaking double podium finish, signaling their arrival as a force to be reckoned with in the world of motorsport.